Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy. Ghost Spider is the new card in the season pass. It's coming out in just a couple days. This card seems pretty strong. The on reveal effect is the last card you play that moves here. So, of course, it's really good for move decks, but it's also just like it could be a solid card just in general to switch it up on your opponent and move something kind of large that you just put down on a different lane and juke them out. Maybe dodge a Shang-Chi, something like that. I think it's a pretty cool card. I'm going to go over a couple decks that I have built for the new season. One of them is a move deck, and one of them is an anti-move kind of deck. It's a Kingpin control kind of deck. So, hope you guys liked the video. Thank you for watching. So, we have pretty much just your standard move package. I didn't opt to go with the Human Torch because I think that he's the weakest move card in the game because he gets Killmongered. Unless you run an Iron Lad in there and you try to hit that off of that, but I don't think it's worth it, so went for the multiple man kind of route with the Hulkbuster, and we have Jeff in here, of course, just a nice move card. Miles Morales to capitalize on the move. Of course, everybody's going to be playing. A lot of people are going to be playing move when the season drops, so I think Miles will be a very good card in most decks. Same with Kraven as well. Even if you're not playing a move deck, you should get value off of Kraven. I opted to go with Jeff instead of Cloak in this deck because I think like I said, a lot of people are probably going to be playing move decks, so I don't really like giving my opponent some value. It might be a little awkward. Of course, if they're stacking one lane, then you can put the Cloak down on that lane, and they can't really get value, but I don't think you need it. I could be wrong, so yeah, instead of giving my opponent value, instead of making it awkward for myself, I opted to go with Jeff instead. I also really do like America Chavez in these move decks because it gives you an alternate turn 6 play instead of just always going into the Heimdall, which is very telegraphed. Now we have an option of either Heimdall or America Chavez, so if we don't really want to move our stuff, we could just play America down on a lane, or we could just play other stuff. But also America, of course, does increase the consistency of the deck, making us able to draw all the other cards more often. And yeah, I think I like the look of this for a standard kind of move deck. Of course, as we get more cards throughout the season that are going to be complementing this move deck, it'll change up a little bit, but this is the starting list that I'm going with for the new season. Hope you like it. This is my Kingpin Ghost Spider deck, which is very similar to one of my first videos that ever popped off on Marvel Snap, which was my Kingpin control deck, and it was one of my favorite decks to play from the get-go. I think this deck is actually pretty strong. So basically, it's kind of like the opposite of a move deck. Like, instead of moving your own stuff, you're moving your opponent's stuff. We have cards like Polaris, cards like Juggernaut, and cards like Arrow, Magneto that are going to pull our opponent's stuff and hopefully buff our Kraven, hopefully move into our Kingpin. And along with the Kingpin, we do have Spider-Man in here that can block off that lane that we put the Kingpin down on, so our opponent cannot play on that lane. Then we move the stuff over with maybe Juggernaut or Magneto or even Arrow on that last turn. And of course, Shang-Chi is just a really strong card in the meta game, so I really like that in here just for a little bit of a control aspect, because the deck doesn't really have anything to deal with big units unless you are moving them into the Kingpin lane, which might be hard to do. I also wanted to fit in the new card, of course, so Ghost Spider in the Kingpin deck, so you can juke out your opponent. Maybe you drop a card like Miles Morales or Polaris and you want to move it off the lane. Maybe fake your opponent into thinking that you're going to be putting a decent amount of power there. I also think Ghost Spider can maybe do something cool with Kingpin. It's a little bit of a stretch, but theoretically you can play Kingpin on, let's say, the right lane, and then play Ghost Spider on the left, move him over so your opponent maybe plays on that right side because the Kingpin's there. Then you move him over to the left, and then last second you hit him with some kind of card that's going to move their cards. Might be a little reaching, but I think it's a cool kind of combo, and I'm going to try to make it work. I don't know if Ghost Spider really fits in this deck too well, but at the very least, you're going to buff your Kraven, and you're going to activate your Miles Morales. And Kingpin, of course, is really good against move decks. So, if you want to be a little bit of a toxic gamer and your opponent's playing move, you know they're going to play Heimdall on that last turn, most likely. So then you set up that Kingpin on the left location, and they can't really move into it. It's pretty cool. there wasn't really so much I could come up with this new card, but I hope that you liked the decks that I came up with for the new season, and I hope you try them out. If you have any suggestions, if you have any cool thoughts on decks that I should make with this or try out, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be playing these decks live on my Twitch stream when the season goes live. The link is in the description down below, and thank you for watching. I'll see you there. Peace.